Today our topic is Epictetus on what you can and can't control. Epictetus was a Stoic philosopher who lived a long time ago, but his ideas are still very useful today. He taught that the key to a good life is understanding what we can control and what we cannot control. This simple idea can help us live with more peace, happiness, and strength. Let's explore what this means and how we can use it in our own lives. First, let's talk about what we cannot control. Epictetus said that many things in life are outside our control. For example, we cannot control the weather. If it rains, it rains. If it's sunny, it's sunny. We cannot change that. We also cannot control other people's thoughts, actions, or opinions. If someone is rude to us, we cannot force them to be kind. If someone doesn't like us, we cannot make them like us. Even our own bodies are partly out of our control. We get sick, we grow old, and one day we will die. These are facts of life, and no matter how much we worry or try to change them, we cannot. Now, let's talk about what we can control. Epictetus said that the only thing we truly control is our own mind. We control our thoughts, our beliefs, our attitudes, and our reactions. For example, if someone insults us, we cannot control what they say, but we can control how we respond. We can choose to stay calm and not let their words hurt us. We can choose to see the situation differently. Maybe the person who insulted us is having a bad day, or maybe they are just rude. Either way, we don't have to let their words affect us. This is the power of our mind. Why is this important? Because when we focus on what we cannot control, we feel helpless and frustrated. We waste our energy trying to change things that cannot be changed. But when we focus on what we can control, we feel strong and capable. We use our energy wisely, and we can handle life's challenges with calm and clarity. This is the heart of Stoicism, and it's a very practical way to live. Let me give you an example. Imagine you are going to a job interview. You prepare as much as you can. You practice answering questions, you dress nicely, and you arrive on time. But during the interview, the interviewer seems uninterested. Maybe they are tired, or maybe they just don't like you. You cannot control that. What can you control? You can control your effort. You can control your attitude. You can do your best and stay positive, no matter what happens. If you don't get the job, it's okay. You did what you could, and that's what matters. You can move on and try again. Another example is relationships. We all want to be loved and respected by others. But we cannot control how others feel about us. We cannot force someone to love us or be kind to us. What can we control? We can control how we treat others. We can be kind, honest, and respectful. We can focus on being the best version of ourselves. If someone doesn't appreciate us, it's their loss. We don't need to waste our time worrying about it. We can move on and find people who do appreciate us. This idea also applies to difficult situations in life. Let's say you lose your job. This is a hard thing to go through, and it's normal to feel sad or scared. But you cannot control the fact that you lost your job. What can you control? You can control how you respond. You can look for new opportunities. You can learn new skills. You can stay positive and keep moving forward. Losing a job is not the end of the world. It's just a challenge, and you have the power to overcome it. Epictetus has taught that we should not be attached to things we cannot control. For example, if you have a nice car, that's great. But you should not be so attached to it that you feel devastated if it gets damaged or stolen. The car is just a thing. It's not under your control. What is under your control is how you take care of it, and how you react if something happens to it. If it gets damaged, you can fix it or replace it. If it gets stolen, you can buy a new one. The important thing is not to let material things control your happiness. The same goes for relationships. If you have a good friend, that's wonderful. But you should not be so attached to them that you cannot live without them. People come and go in life. Sometimes friendships end, and that's okay. What matters is that you enjoyed the time you had together, and that you learned from the experience. You can always make new friends and create new memories. Epictetus also said that we should accept what happens in life. This doesn't mean we should give up or stop trying. It means we should accept the reality of the situation and focus on what we can do. For example, if you are sick, you cannot control the fact that you are sick. But you can control how you deal with it. You can take care of yourself, follow the doctor's advice, and stay positive. You can use the time to rest and reflect on your life. Accepting the situation doesn't mean you like it. It just means you stop fighting against it and start working with it. Another important lesson from Epictetus is that we should not let fear control us. Fear is a natural emotion, but it often makes us see things worse than they really are. For example, if you are afraid of public speaking, you might imagine that everyone will laugh at you or that you will forget your words. But most of the time, these fears are not real. Even if something goes wrong, it's not the end of the world. You can learn from the experience and do better next time. The key is to focus on what you can control, which is your preparation and your attitude. If you prepare well and stay calm, you will do fine. Epictetus also taught us to be grateful for what we have. When we focus on what we don't have, we feel unhappy. But when we focus on what we do have, we feel content. For example, instead of being sad because you don't have a big house, be grateful that you have a roof over your head. Instead of being jealous of someone else's success, be happy for them and focus on your own goals. Gratitude helps us see the good in life, and it makes us stronger. Finally, Epictetus said that we should live in the present moment. The past is gone, and the future is uncertain. The only moment we have is now. If we focus too much on the past, we feel regret. If we focus too much on the future, we feel anxiety. But if we focus on the present, we can enjoy life as it is. We can appreciate the small things, like a beautiful sunset or a kind word from a friend. We can do our best in every moment without worrying about what will happen next. In conclusion, Epictetus teaches us that the key to a good life is understanding what we can and cannot control. We cannot control the weather, other people, or many events in life. But we can control our thoughts, our attitudes, and our actions. By focusing on what we can control, we can live with more peace, happiness, and strength. We can handle life's challenges with calm and clarity. We can be grateful for what we have and live in the present moment. These are simple but powerful ideas, and they can help us create a better life for ourselves and those around us.